Erica Dhawan, Digital Body Language, How to Build Trust and Connection, No Matter the Distance. Welcome to the world of digital body language, where we explore the art of decoding nonverbal cues in a virtual environment. In times when technology is at the core of communication, both professionally and personally, it is crucial to understand and adapt our digital body language to establish trust and connection. This book summary delves into essential skills for effective communication, such as valuing visibly, communicating carefully, collaborating confidently, and trusting totally. With these principles, you can overcome the barriers posed by distance and screens, enhance productivity, and ensure mental well-being, even online.
Decoding Digital Body Language. The story of Laura and Dave serves as a prime example of how virtual communication can lead to confusion and misunderstanding. With billions of emails exchanged daily, it's no surprise that the tone of these messages is misinterpreted 50% of the time. This issue stems from the lack of nonverbal cues, or the silent language, present in face-to-face communication, which makes up around 75% of our interactions. The online disinhibition effect further widens the gap between intention and interpretation. The modern-day challenge is to become aware of our digital body language and utilize it to enhance productivity, mental well-being, and genuine connections in both personal and professional spaces. In an age where technology rules, miscommunications like Laura and Dave's are all too common. As their text argument left both parties interpreting the messages differently, it illustrates how easily misunderstandings arise in the digital world. The problem of misinterpretation isn't limited to text messaging. An astounding 306 billion emails are exchanged every day, with a staggering 50% of their tones misconstrued, according to the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. Consequently, conflicts and confusions can arise due to the absence of nonverbal cues. Nonverbal cues, coined as the silent language by anthropologist Edward T. Hall, include aspects like eye contact, smiles, pauses, tone, and posture. These cues make up nearly 75% of our face-to-face communication. Unfortunately, the silent language is lost behind screens. Online communication also suffers from the online disinhibition effect, where individuals may adopt a carefree or overly informal approach that would never be displayed in person. This exacerbates the gap between what we intend to convey and how others perceive it. Considering the immense reliance on virtual communication, especially in the modern workplace and during unprecedented times like the COVID-19 pandemic, recognizing and mastering our digital body language is crucial. By becoming aware of the signals we send online and focusing not only on what we say but how we say it, we can enhance productivity, mental well-being, and optimize our communication in the digital realm. Decoding Digital Body Language. When Jack received an email from his boss that ended with a period, he was filled with worry and anxiety. This simple punctuation mark had an immense impact on how the message was perceived. Punctuation now plays a crucial role in digital communication, often conveying emotions and intentions that body language would in face-to-face interactions. Meanwhile, the time taken to reply and the chosen mode of communication indicate respect and priorities. Mastering digital body language is essential for clear, effective communication in the digital age. Once upon a time, Jack, a diligent manager, found himself perplexed by an email from his supervisor. The message concluded with a period, which left Jack feeling uneasy. This seemingly plain punctuation mark sparked a whirlwind of anxiety and doubt. Had his boss intended the period to convey disapproval or, even worse, aggression? In the digital era, punctuation has elevated in significance, often carrying emotions and intentions previously conveyed through body language. The once dull and simple period now potentially signals hostility, while exclamation points have evolved to represent not only emphasis but also warmth and friendliness. Digital communication demands a new understanding of tone and emotion, as we cannot rely on traditional auditory cues. The digital landscape is highly visual, requiring formerly implicit cues to be explicitly presented in writing. In this context, not only punctuation matters, but also the time it takes to respond and the chosen medium of dialogue. While digital conversations often occur asynchronously, delays can seem either convenient or agonizing, stirring imaginations to fill the void with anxiety, particularly when trust is tenuous or power dynamics are at play. The mode of communication chosen, be it email, text, or phone, bears its own underlying subtexts and indicates the level of priority attached to the conversation. Grasping the intricacies of this digital body language is paramount for effective communication and professionalism. By understanding and implementing the 4 laws of digital body language, we can focus less on the anxiety-inducing punctuation and more on fostering productivity and harmony. Embrace digital respect. The absence of respect can be detrimental to relationships and workplace dynamics. In a digital world, it is vital to bridge the gap between the sender's intentions and the receiver's perception. Practicing digital respect involves acknowledging contributions, demonstrating awareness of others' time, and showing appreciation. By following these guidelines, we can create better communication, stronger relationships, and improved collaboration in our increasingly digital lives. A lack of respect can be disastrous for any relationship, with especially negative consequences in the workplace. It can lead to decreased motivation, hindered collaboration, and poor job satisfaction. Surprisingly, more than 50% of employees report feeling a lack of respect from their leaders. Are these leaders truly inconsiderate, or just unaware? Perhaps they simply fail to convey respect in a way that employees can recognize. As we navigate today's digitally connected world, the first law of digital body language highlights the importance of addressing this disconnect. Known as valuing visibly, this principle encourages the development of skills to actively express appreciation and understanding of others' needs and contributions. To begin with, showing genuine attention by thoroughly reading and referencing details in communication signifies that you truly value someone's work. Ensuring the correct spelling of names is a simple, yet essential gesture. Additionally, it is crucial to demonstrate awareness by honoring people's time. For example, avoid procrastinating on email responses, last-minute meeting cancellations, or multitasking during conference calls. A helpful solution is to disallow the mute button on team calls and ensure meetings remain engaging and concise. Another aspect of awareness is acknowledging individual personality traits and creating inclusive spaces. Striking a balance between the voices of extroverts and introverts is essential. Encourage interaction by providing breakout rooms for extroverts while giving introverts opportunities to prepare by sharing questions ahead of meetings and scheduling downtime between calls. Lastly, displaying appreciation in a digital context is akin to a smile or a handwritten note. Showing gratitude has been proven to improve relationships, as evidenced by a study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. A simple "thank you" can go a long way in establishing trust and fostering collaboration in an ever-evolving digital landscape. Mastering digital body language. The importance of clear communication in today's digital landscape cannot be overstated, with 80% of projects suffering from a lack of clarity and 56% of strategic projects crumbling due to poor communication. To overcome these challenges, focus on communicating carefully through thoughtful word choice, punctuation, nuance, and humor. Tailor your tone to your audience, and consider the impact of greetings and signatures in setting the tone. Choose the appropriate communication channel based on factors like length, complexity, and familiarity with the topic and the recipient. Finally, don't forget to proofread your messages and be open to follow-up questions or switching communication methods when necessary. With the ever-increasing reliance on digital communication, a vast array of miscommunication issues arise in the workplace. A lack of clarity and detail can wreak havoc on projects, while poor communication results in lost time and money. In order to succeed in this world of texts, emails, and messages, mastering the art of digital body language is crucial. The key to success lies in communicating carefully, ensuring that your messages are as clear as possible. This can be achieved by paying close attention to your word choice, punctuation, nuance, and the use of humor. While it might seem like a domain reserved for professional writers, writing clearly and considering words carefully is about showing empathy and understanding, making it vital for leaders in any field. Creating a connection with your audience is essential, so tailor your tone to those you are communicating with. Consider how your words may be perceived by others, especially in relation to your position within the company hierarchy. When in doubt, maintain a neutral tone, and be mindful of the impact that greetings and signatures can have on setting the tone of a conversation. Effective communication also requires consideration for the channel you are using to convey your message. Factors such as the length of the message, the complexity of the subject matter, and familiarity with the topic and recipient should play a role in determining the best method of communication. If a text message seems insufficient for a complicated issue, opt for drafting a longer, more comprehensive email. Don't be afraid to make use of formatting tools like bold, underline headings or provide context in your messages to increase clarity for the recipient. Keep in mind the visual impact of your message, as well as avoid overwhelming or misrepresenting information. For the sake of successful communication, it is imperative to proofread your messages and avoid misinterpretations that can occur due to simple mistakes. If confusion arises, be open to asking follow-up questions, switching mediums, or clarifying your own intentions. When interpreting others' digital body language, always give the benefit of the doubt, and remember that understanding others' intentions can be just as crucial as conveying our own. Mastering digital body language. Deadlines, though not as strict as during the American Civil War, still hold significance in modern work environments. Achieving them may require communicating with various colleagues across different time zones and departments. This is where the third law of digital body language, collaborating confidently, comes in. To achieve it, maintain consistency and avoid missed communication, check in with your team members regularly, and establish clear goals from the beginning. Time frames and expectations need to be set, and ensure you are readily available to address questions. However, it is essential to allow time for crafting careful responses, leveraging the asynchronous nature of communication to avoid rushed or regretful responses. If needed, save your email as a draft and revisit it after up to 24 hours before sending it with a clearer mindset. Fostering trust and innovation. In the ever-evolving digital world, constantly pushing the boundaries and taking calculated risks is vital for achieving success. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella recognized the importance of fostering trust among his team, encouraging them to learn and improve through failures. Building a foundation of trust and psychological safety enables team members to confidently take risks and collaborate effectively, ultimately leading to innovative breakthroughs. The key lies in emphasizing vulnerability, empowering others, and maintaining a supportive environment even when mistakes occur. When Microsoft released the chatterbot Tay in 2016, it was meant to usher in a new era of cutting-edge AI and human interaction. However, within just 24 hours, Twitter trolls had manipulated Tay into posting offensive content, leading to its immediate retirement. CEO Satya Nadella refrained from reprimanding his team. Instead, he encouraged them to learn from their mistake and keep innovating with renewed confidence. Understanding that a fear-driven atmosphere would hamper innovation, Nadella invested in building trust among his team members, enabling them to take calculated risks and count on each other's support. To create such trust, leaders must first exhibit vulnerability by acknowledging their limitations and seeking input. This encourages open dialogue, and team members feel valued for their contributions. In addition to being vulnerable, fostering a sense of empowerment is essential. This entails trusting team members with their work and providing them the necessary resources to succeed. A psychologically safe environment urges colleagues to voice their concerns and introduce new perspectives without fear of retribution. Mistakes are bound to happen, but it is crucial to criticize the action and not the person involved. Just as Nadella demonstrated with the Tay incident, leaders must continue to show unwavering support when faced with setbacks. This nurturing of trust can lead even the most difficult personalities to evolve into collaborative and effective partners. By valuing visibility, practicing mindful communication, collaborating confidently, and trusting wholly, teams can leverage digital body language to transcend differences and achieve success together. Dismantling gender bias online. Penelope Gazin and Kate Dwyer faced condescension from potential clients and collaborators when they founded Witchezy, an online marketplace for unique art products. To counter this, they added a male co-founder named Keith for PR. The result? Business improved. This example illustrates the power of text-based communication in dismantling gender-based authority disparities. Despite this, women are still expected to exhibit warmth for their competence to be recognized. Balancing authenticity with adapting to acceptable workplace norms can help counter this. A leader can establish ground rules that promote direct communication, like using the acronym WINFI, What I Need From You. To exude confidence, avoid over-apologizing and hedging language. Gmail plugins like Just Not Sorry can offer assistance. As we navigate the digital world, being mindful of biases and dismantling stereotypes will create a more balanced playing field for all. Navigating cultural communication. Cultural upbringing and generational differences significantly impact our communication styles. Recognizing and adapting to these variations enables more effective interactions. High-context cultures, such as Africa, Asia, and Central Europe, rely more on implicit communication and nonverbal cues, while low-context cultures, such as the US and UK, prioritize explicit verbal communication. To foster trust in high-context cultures, emphasize face-to-face interactions and pay attention to hierarchies. In contrast, low-context cultures value concise, to-the-point communication. Generational differences also impact communication preferences. Younger generations prefer less formal styles, while older generations may find phone conversations more comfortable. Embrace flexibility and empathy to build strong connections across cultures and generations. In our multicultural world, it's crucial to understand how cultural upbringing shapes our communication styles. Often, we aren't aware of how childhood experiences or cultural norms influence the way we express ourselves or perceive others. This lack of understanding can lead to misunderstandings and misconceptions when our communication styles clash with others. There are generally two types of cultural expressions: high context and low context. High context cultures encompass countries like those in Africa, Asia, the Middle East, the Mediterranean, Central Europe, and Latin America. These cultures rely on implicit communication and nonverbal cues for effective interaction. To succeed in high-context cultures, it's important to read between the lines, develop long-term relationships, focus on face-to-face and phone interactions, and respect cultural hierarchies. Low-context cultures include most English-speaking Western countries, such as the US and the UK. In these cultures, explicit verbal communication holds greater significance. To build strong relationships in low-context cultures, be concise and clear in your messages, utilize bold text and bullet points for emphasis, and separate business from pleasure. Apart from cultural differences, generational gaps also affect communication styles. It's essential to determine whether you're a digital native or a digital adapter. For those who've grown up with texting and digital communication, emails may feel formal, and unscheduled phone calls can be startling. On the other hand, those who've adapted to digital interfaces later in life view emails as casual conversations and find phone calls easy to navigate. Rather than imposing your preferences on others, embrace openness and adaptability. Alleviate phone-related anxiety by scheduling calls via text or email. Don't shy away from using emojis to convey intent, as they can provide essential context and foster understanding. Most importantly, engage in open conversations about communication differences. Adopt a curious and empathetic mindset, and use questions to explore diverse styles and preferences. Recognizing and respecting these variations, whether cultural or generational, paves the way for more effective, receptive, and meaningful communication across the board.
In the digital era, effective communication is more vital than ever. Digital body language helps us navigate the virtual world and build trust and connection with others. emphasizing the need to value visibly, communicate carefully, collaborate confidently, and trust totally. This book summary outlines key strategies to bridge the gap in online communication. By recognizing the significance of digital body language and incorporating these principles in our interactions, we can improve our working relationships and overall well-being. As you move forward in your online communications, remember to be mindful of the cues you send and the cues you receive from others, all while staying adaptable and open-minded in the ever-evolving digital landscape.